Hi English 145 students, welcome to week 4. I want to start off by telling you a little bit about our workshops that are starting this week. Um, so every week we'll have a workshop on a different topic, and we're starting it out by um, doing one on responding to a prompt or dissecting a prompt. And so what that means is that when your instructor gives you a writing assignment, sometimes we find it a little bit difficult to get started. And so this workshop will show you what the prompt is asking of you, tips on how to get started, tips on how to break down the tasks that you have to complete. And so it's going to be really helpful since most of you are starting on some of your very first writing assignments. You'll see here that we have different days for the same topic. So they go Wednesday through Saturday from 11 to 12:15. So if you can't make it on a certain day, that's okay because we have 3 other days for you to learn about this one topic. And here are the different locations on the different days. We have this file printed out in the lab, so if you want a copy, make sure to grab one. All right, moving on to the actual assignment in the lab. We're going to go ahead and click on Course Map to see what is going on for week 4. So if we scroll down and click on Assignment, you'll see that there are 2 parts, one on sentence fragments and one on run-ons. So last week you learned about the 3 sentence types: simple sentences, compound sentences, and complex sentences. And this week you're going to learn how to identify and fix some very common sentence errors so you can make sure that you're writing clear and complete sentences in your essays. Okay, so if you click on part 1, you'll see that it is a video. Make sure to take some notes so that you are prepared to do a nice job in the project portion. To get to part 2 of the assignment, you could just click here on assignment 4 and click on part 2 to learn about run-on sentences and comma splices. Again, it might be a good idea to take some notes just so that you have them handy when you get ready to do the project. So after you've seen both videos as many times as you need to, you can go ahead and click on Course Map to get to the project portion. So if we scroll on down to Project 4, let me click on part 1 here. Yours might look a little bit different just because I already started mine. So if you click on part 1, or I think on yours, you're going to be clicking begin. You'll get to the same page that I'm on right now. So here it says, the awkward moment when you realize your sentence is actually only a sentence fragment. Okay, so don't have any more of those awkward moments. In this section in part 1, you have a series of sentence fragments, and what you can do is copy and paste these sentence fragments into the text box. And what you will be doing is fixing these fragments by adding either the subject or the verb or making it a complete thought. So if we're looking at number 1, because it was too hot, right? That sentence is not complete. You're waiting for the second part, and so what we want you to do is add whatever is missing. So that's for part 1, fragments. And for part 2, you will be correcting these 10 run-on sentences. Some are run-ons and some are in comma splices. Remember that if we're joining 2 complete sentences with just a comma, we could never do that. That's a comma splice error, like this one here. And the run-on is when we have 2 complete sentences with absolutely 0 punctuation. So there is something wrong with all of these 10 sentences, and it is your job to correct it. Make sure to use several different ways and not just adding a period for all 10. You want to add some sentence variety. Okay? Remember that if you're not quite finished and you need to come back, in order to save your work, you need to click here on Continue Later. Um, and also, before you click Finish, raise your hand and get some feedback from a tutor so that they can tell you which ones you fixed correctly and which ones still need a little bit of work. All right, so that's it for the required assignments for week 4, but I do want to quickly show you some things that you can do just in case you need to make up a little bit of time. You can do any one of the optional activities, those remain open. But for week 4, I just want to show you the In the News. And so if we click here and click through these, an easier way is also just to go here to, where is it, class discussions? Or I'm sorry, discussion and private messages. And then here, class discussions. And you can see all of the In the News topics. So let me show you week 4. So last week were the Oscars, and Juliana Rancic made some pretty controversial comments about Zendaya Coleman's dreadlocks. She said that they probably smelled like patchouli oil or weed. And so there's been a lot of controversy about her comments. And so if you want to find out more about that, you can watch this video to see, what she said originally. And then here is an article detailing everything that happened after the fact. And down here is Juliana Rancic's apology. And so after you've gotten all of the facts, here are some questions that you could respond to. You can respond by clicking here on Post Reply, or you can respectfully, that is the key word, my friends, respectfully respond to one of your classmates. Okay, so that is it for week 4. We look forward to seeing you in the lab.